Oi boys, welcome to another video on the channel. We are back with a review of the second to last week in the NRL competition. So 2 teams remain, and let's just get stuck in. Okay, so the first game of the grand final qualifying weekend, we had the North Queensland Cowboys host the Parramatta Eels, and first of all, let's address the elephant in the room. A Mitchell Moses forward pass that led to a try, and do I think the Cowboys were robbed? Now in the moment for that particular play, just that play, I would say yes, of course. But there was still 76 minutes of rugby league to be played. So for me, putting all things into perspective, the Cows did have their moments to, seal the win for them. They drew at half time, they held an 8-point lead. They also let in a couple of super soft tries. So again, for me, I don't think they were robbed per se. But I do get where Cows fans are coming from. Simply put, if you take those 6 points away from the full-time score, then, well, you get it. As for the actual match, now I've got to hand it to Parramatta. I did not think they had this type of performance in them. Against a fresh Cowboys pack, Parramatta had less time in possession, a lower completion rate, 11 errors. Like this wasn't a great game, to be honest, from Parramatta. They just continuously turned up for each other. Their performance is the definition of a hard-earned victory. It was impressive, I was of the mindset that if it came down to a grind, the Cowboys would outwork them. That's why I tipped them too. But yeah, that was not the case at all. So yeah, their forward pack actually went the distance. Something I did not expect. I thought they'd run out of gas. I mean, they damn near did towards the end of the match. A few players that did stand out for me. Shaun Lane, probably a career best performance from him. Most likely played his way into a Rugby League World Cup campaign. Their skipper, Clint Gutherson, made so many big plays, especially in defense. You want to talk about turning up for each other. He was there every time the Cows posed a threat. So yeah, big props to Clint. And lastly, Mitch Moses. Now, Moses started out a little rough, putting 2 kicks out on the full and missing a penalty to tie the game up. I think the old Moses probably would have let those negative plays consume him, but he showed plenty of, resolve to ultimately power through the adversity. Watching him actually turn it around in real time and to eventually come out on top. Those types of performances from an individual, those mid-game bounce backs, that is peak rugby league viewing pleasure, for me at least. As for the Cowboys, could you say this was their game to lose? 20 minutes to go, they had like an 8-point lead. Regan Campbell-Gillard scores his second try of the match. I thought with the week off, they'd definitely be tighter with their goal line defense, but for the last couple of months, they've been known to let a few soft tries in, and that second one from Regan Campbell-Gillard in particular was a really soft try. His first one was beautiful ball playing by Madison. Defenders collapsing on Paulo, but the ball went out to Campbell-Gillard. I didn't mention players like Ryan Madison, Reed Marnie. Reed Marnie had another great game as well. Otherwise, I'd be talking about the whole team damn near, but I'm trying to keep the reviews short and sweet. Yeah, the Cowboys, it's been a good season. I've had a lot of fun watching these lads play. Definitely a season to be proud of. No one gave them a hope this year, me included. And now I can't wait to see what they serve up for the league in 2023. As for the second grand final qualifier, 35 minutes. The Bunnies looked like they were heading into the sheds with a 12-point lead, but the pure class of the Panthers shone through. The injection of Uppy, major difference. Their spine in particular were the catalysts of the comeback, in my opinion. Koroisau, Dylan Edwards, Jerome Luai, and Nathan Cleary were involved in a couple of crucial moments. Dylan Edwards and Brian To'o relished in the dirty work as they typically do. I had to check Dylan's stats, and he had 14 tackle breaks. Man, what a season from Dylan. Both these lads almost running for 300 plus meters. I believe To'o was on 293 and Dylan ended on 287. As for the Rabbitohs, bit of a mix tonight for both Latrell and Cody Walker. I thought Tass and Graham played well, and Cameron Murray.
What more do you want from me?
Pretty much sums up a Cam Murray efforts after a loss. There's been a lot of question marks regarding the decision making from their playmakers, in particular that last 5 minutes. Instead of playing to get in position for a 1-pointer, they kept looking for the try. I can't knock them for their attack mindset, especially against a team like the Panthers. They are risk takers, and unfortunately for them, it didn't work out. So that makes it 3 grand finals in a row for the Panthers. Very few get to play in 1 grand final, and these boys are about to play their 3rd in a row. A pretty insane feat in itself. Imagine they actually go back to back. That's a hell of a run. But yeah, not much else to say about this match. It was a good run from the Rabbitohs these past couple of weeks. Bottom half of the 8, and they get all the way to the prelim, the grand final qualifier, and bow out to the best team in the league. Not bad. And that about wraps up our little review. Week 3 finals. The stage is set. The Parramatta Eels taking on the Penrith Panthers for all the marbles. I cannot wait for this game, eh? We'll be back to preview the week ahead. But for now, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more rugby league related content or more content in general, be sure to run straight that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.